Thank you, great. Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome to Gamesmaster, TV's only show devoted solely to video games. So if the sentence Mario got stomped by a green Koopa paratrooper makes any sense to you, you're tuned to the right church. If it doesn't, and you're one of those people who think Game Boy is a young scout doing bobber jobs, then watch on and erase that ignorance. And to get the show kicked off, let's call up everybody's favourite uncle, Gamesmaster, for the first challenge.
Greetings, and I'd like to take this opportunity to say how delighted I am to see you again. If you enjoyed last week's challenge, I think you'll find tonight's three little jaunts an absolute hoot. First off the starting blocks, an endearing young fellow by the name of Sonic the Hedgehog. Your task? You have 2 minutes to collect 150 rings or more on the second level of an area known as the Green Hill Zone. These rings are dotted around a tropical landscape plagued with all manners of hostile creatures and booby traps, every one of them intent on thwarting young Sonic's progress. And beware, the slightest collision will cause you to lose all your rings, and the challenge will be over. So, 2 minutes, 150 rings or more. Happy hunting?
And trying to find the rings on this prickly challenge is Alex VerrY from Stanmore. Welcome, Alex. Now, Alex, there are a total of 163 rings on this level. We originally set you 150, but you asked it to be increased to 160. Why was that?
Because it was just a great challenge, and I want to show everyone that I'm the master. So.
Right, but you think you can even do that in 2 minutes?
Yep, no problem.
Well, I certainly admire your pluck, young man. It's nice to see such flushing confidence in youth. Would you like to plonk yourself down in our games playing chair? We'll get ready to start. And joining me in the pulpit is a man who knows more than most about this machine, Sega Power Magazine's deputy editor, Neil West. Neil, welcome to Gamesmaster.
Thanks, Dominic.
Now, we have a very cocky young competitor here. What advice could you give him?
Certainly do. 150 is tough enough, but 160. Basically, you can whiz through this level very quickly, but you'd miss the rings. There are some very tricky stages, so pick up an invincibility shield before you take them on. That's my advice.
Okay, is our competitor ready?
Yep.
Then, Alex, your 2 minutes begin now.
Okay, off he goes. 4 rings straight away, no problem.
Right, we can see the clock in the top left-hand corner, the number of rings he's got underneath it. So he's on 9. He started quite well.
He's not doing too bad. As you can just see, he curls up in a ball when he jumps, and he can actually kill the baddies. What he's got to watch out for is if he walks into a baddie, runs into one, or just lands on top of one after falling, then he takes a hit. And the problem there is that he drops all his rings. You've got to remember, there's only 163 in the whole level. He's after 160, so he really can't afford to miss any whatsoever.
Okay, well, he's coming up for 30 seconds just about here, nearly a quarter of the way through.
Okay.
What's this as he starts?
That was a little television screen. Inside those,
oh my word, he's
the powers.
He just smacked through some walls there.
He did. The one he just picked up gives him speedy moves, making faster. Those two there have 10 rings each, and now he's got, you see he's surrounded by a sort of glow. That's an invincibility shield.
Oh, he's got it at some speed here, isn't he?
Oh,
he just missed those spikes, so that was a little bit of a close encounter.
He's doing
oh my God, he's up on some roof there.
He's just got an extra life and he's collecting rings. He's up to 76.
76 rings, 47 seconds gone. He's doing remarkably well, halfway through the amount of rings.
Yeah, he's doing very well indeed. While he's got that shield, it protects him. He can collide into a baddie and he won't lose the rings. Very, very useful.
Oh, now what's this lovely little Spangle Sherbert dab around
Well,
him?
he's obviously had his ready break. It also means that he can bump into baddies without having to curl up into a ball. So that's going to help him a lot.
I see, so we're just over halfway through. 109 rings. It's going to be quite close now.
Okay, well, he's got a lot of rings in a short amount of time, but he's taken all the easy ones. He's now got to explore the sort of trickier parts of the level and discover all the ones that are hidden in different places.
Okay, there's another 10 rings here.
10,
126 rings,
up
and he's
onto
got
a catapult.
14 rings left. He's got 35 seconds left.
He should do this.
142 rings left. It's going to be very close. Oh, 150, 10
He
left.
needs to find another 10.
10 rings left, 30 seconds to go.
He should do it.
Oh my word, now he's going in here looking for some more rings here.
And
There's another 10. And he's got 160. He's got to get out in 25 seconds. He's out. He's got it. Well done, Alex. Now, Alex, you had 23 seconds to spare. You made it look easy. Was there ever any doubt in your mind?
Yeah, there was a couple of times, because the only way I could get 160 rings was to bash through the wall, and I'm not very good at that, and I thought I was going to mess it up.
Okay, well, as one of our games playing champions, you win the prize that sits lovingly on anyone's mantelpiece, the Golden Gamesmaster joystick. Another round of applause for our champion, Alex. And now, while Alex gets to grips with this humongous possession, we're going to take a look at this week's reviews. This week, oil your deltoids and unsheath your weapons as we look at beat-em-ups. First up, on the Amiga, the Bruce Lees of the future give a hearty ki-yi in First Samurai.
It looks very Chinese takeaway, lots of lotus trees and bamboo furniture, but underneath all this colourful exterior, there's a real good game.
Features some beautiful graphics, brilliant sampled sound effects, bits of Handel's Messiah thrown in for good measure.
I think the First Samurai deserves a thumbs up because it's a great game with plenty to do and beat up.
Next, also on the Amiga, we enter the murky underworld of Pit Fighter. 3 butch contestants trade below-the-belt action in an orgy of unrestrained violence.
Pit Fighter's less of a beat-em-up, more of a sort of kick the living crap out of everybody em up.
It's boring, you don't have that many moves. The computer tends to decide what you're going to do next.
It's not so much counter-attacking your opponent's moves, more just mindly stabbing the fire button and wiggling the joystick seems to be just as effective.
Finally, pulsating pixels of monochrome muscle on the Game Boy with Double Dragon 2.
Cute, safe, nice, cool.
You walk along and you smack people in the teeth and that's about it. And that's quite good fun as it turns out.
And now for this week's hardware feature. Sometimes all there is between gaming success and failure is the power of your handpiece. Tonight we look at 3 of the latest gimmicks which may just turn you from a limp joystick fiddler into a gargantuan games player. First up, the Power Glove, a futuristic gauntlet that translates hand and arm movements into on-screen action.
First of all, you have to enter in specific program code for the game you're about to play. This game here is Top Gun and the program code is number 3, so I'm now entering program 3. If I pull up on my hand, the plane goes down. If I push forward with my hand, the plane goes up. Small movements to the left to bring the plane round, banking to the left, and the same with the right. When I want to fire my missiles, I simply press my index finger, as so. The glove's pretty good to use. It feels like you're more in the game, and you do get a sweat using it.
Next, use your feet as well as your fingers with the QuickJoy foot pedal.
You can set through a control on the foot pedal the buttons on the foot pedal to correspond to the different buttons on the joystick. It was good for the car racing game, and I should think it would be good for, say, a beat-em-up game where you have to kick, but I don't know whether it would be good for puzzle games.
And finally, Terence Conran's favourite, the Sega Action Chair.
The idea is just to move about in the seat as you would move the joystick up and down, left, right, and push the buttons. You can get very physically involved in the game, and it feels like you're jumping about and practically everything instead of just moving your hand about pressing the button.
So, a somewhat mixed bag of reviews this week. But not to worry, for now we go on to our celebrity challenge. And here to tell us all about it is the biggest celeb of them all, the Gamesmaster.